yeah, I have 3 properties right now. All right, and I real estate is absolutely the most valuable industry in this entire world. All right, and it's not oil because where's oil? Under the ground, which is real estate. It's land. You know what I mean? Land is the most important. We are real estate in ourselves. When you die, what happens? You go into the dirt. You are now the land. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know how valuable real estate is. It's all around us. It is us, and it will forever be. There's no more land being created. Maybe these guys will end up on the Mars or somewhere like that, but in our lifetimes, probably not. They're not going to start building mansions up there, I don't think, anytime soon. But for the most part, here in America, on Earth, is the greatest investment of them all, and that is real estate. So, learning real estate, being involved in real estate, every wealthy person in this entire world who's a billionaire, millionaire has some form of real estate, is guaranteed. I guarantee that every one of them does not necessarily have, they may have stocks, maybe, but it's guaranteed they have real estate. I'm sure all of them don't have anything about oil, you know, so that's just a testimony to how important it is. I'm not sure if I answered your question or not.
No, you did. I mean, basically what you're saying is every wealthy person has some form of a real estate investment. Absolutely. So that it's part of their financial portfolio in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, they even their own house.
Yeah, so they're leveraging real estate in order to have a better financial future, basically.
Yes. Let me say this as a disclaimer because Brother Mike is very well versed in this area, okay? Everybody should not be playing that market. Okay, you need to really understand how the real estate piece moves. And I think what people want is they see the money potential. And even those who would take money out, you need to talk to an advisor before you even do that.
Absolutely.
Because you could invest in something that somebody with more experience would have told you not to invest in.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So part of that is people getting their feelings, their emotion. Man, I'm so excited. I'm about to go get this, man. The real estate market is booming, booming, booming. But those who, what I found, and I'm around a lot of folks in the space, those who have success really understand the rules to the game. It's kind of like investing in the market, okay? I mean, you got to really, truly understand what your philosophy is when it comes to investing, right?
You're going to take some lumps on the way.
Yeah.
You know, I took some lumps because I'm a first-generation real estate investor. So I've taken some lumps. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars on deals. Some situations, I'm still losing money. Sure. It is what it is, right? But we stand on the shoulders of the previous generation, so my children will not make the same mistakes I make. They'll start off with property. They already know how to manage property, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'll take the lumps. I'll be the first over the hill in my family, so on and so forth. But I absolutely agree with you about having the literacy, but you know, you're going to read so many books, so I'm not combating what you're saying. It's a balance, right? You don't keep reading. You have to get out there and jump.
You got to make some mistakes.
You're going to have
but
to make some mistakes.
You made a
willing
good
to do that, though.
Got to be willing. And I'll say this, I do have a phenomenal support team, right? This is not just me. I know we see Scott Estates, Mike Scott. Please believe. Man, I had so many people in my corner. It's unbelievable. It makes me want to cry when I think about it. Because literally, if all else failed, my mother still has a twin bed in the second room of the bedroom. And I promise you, I can call her right now. She'll be like, baby, come on home. I'm going to cook tonight. We're going to figure it out. All right? But we're going to be all right. So I always had that in the back of my head. I know everyone does not have that situation. So,
but you made a valuable point of your children will start off with property. And I think that's the key point that we're missing is even with investments when it comes to real estate as well, you're basically doing it to leave your family an inheritance, something. So they're not starting off, like you said, from in bondage and having to work their way up. Andre, you say, you know, the clear people graduate and go work for their business, you know, their family's business, whereas we graduate and we trying to go find somebody to work for. So you're positioning your family to walk into something and have something already. And even with life insurance, and we're going to do a whole show on life insurance, final expense insurance, because I'm a licensed agent. Tia, Andre are agents, and then we're going to have our sponsor, Norton Estate Planning, to even talk about estate planning. Like when it comes to financially, we don't even do that. We don't have wills. We don't have anything in place. So when our family, you know, when we pass away, our families are scrambling trying to figure out what they're going to do. We don't even have enough money to bury each other, to bury ourselves. You know, we going on, I talk about this all the time. We on Facebook doing GoFundMe's, asking somebody else to help bury your butt. When if you would have did the pre-planning, you wouldn't have to put your family in that position to do that. So we're going to do a whole show on just that question.
And I think the conversation has started and it's growing and people are educated and we're just doing our job here today, on air today, and just everywhere we go, we're continuing to do that job. And I'm feeling more optimistic about the word is out there, you know, and I just want to give our people credit for listening and receiving. You know, the more people we touch and the more we educate ourselves, we're getting better. And I just want to give a shout out to all our people to say that you know, I'm proud of us because we are evolving. Information is powerful and applying it is even more powerful. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because oftentimes we say statements like, we don't do this, we don't do that. And I don't always like us to blanket that. And I want us to give credit where credit is due, that we are evolving. And
we've come a long way.
Propaganda. That's the propaganda I mentioned earlier, right? The propaganda has us thinking that, I even said it got into my mind saying that black businesses operate a certain way, or that's false energy, man. Because as I look at you all having your own podcast station, man, I mean, Cassandra's been nothing but professional, and meeting you for the first time, professional. Gentlemen on the ones and twos over there, professionals. Gentlemen right here, man, black business owner. Myself, black business owner, man. This is five of us in one room. That, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to hear the propaganda, but you know, it's out there.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not saying we are not doing anything. I mean, we as a people, we have come a long way, but I also want to acknowledge that we could be doing a lot better, because sometimes we get caught up in, well, I ain't doing this, but at the same time, I think there's so much further that we could be doing. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. And that life insurance piece is huge. We are failing in that category across the board. I feel like we just don't get it. We don't. I met with a couple. Me and my business partner met with a couple of weeks ago, and I think they were in their 70s. And at 70, they was like, if we don't pay no other bill, we gonna make sure we have something to put us in the ground. I was like, I wish everybody understood how important that is. So, yeah, I'm just saying, as a whole, we have come a long way, thank God. Yeah. And we have a long way to go as well. But it's we doing better.
Yeah, we are, man. Some of the young guys that I've had the opportunity to be around, you know, in their low 20s, mid 20s, man. I know you all know a couple, and I imagine you all have influenced quite a few yourselves. That I know, I believe I have, and hope I have. And man, I get some of these young guys coming to me all the time, 22, 23. Man, I brought my first house, bro. Or I'm flipping my first house. I bought my first rental, man. I just been watching you. I'm like, man, like, are you serious, man? You know what I mean? So it's happening. Once again, we stand on the shoulders of the generation prior. So if I can influence someone who's 20, 15, or whatever, my nephew who's 21 right now, it's a blessing for sure. They're starting earlier and earlier. Hopefully, it just keeps on catching up to the point where straight out the womb, once again, they're owning stuff.
So we're going to ask one more question before we go to break. And that question, and I pose this question because this is one of my hardest things to do, is how can you stick to the budget? And we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but how can you stick to that budget that you create? Like I have the Excel spreadsheet. I downloaded, Quicken. I have that on my computer. I done put in all my numbers. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I cannot seem to be able to, I have it line item where I'm paying myself first out of every paycheck. Mm-hmm. But then again, once that direct deposit hits the account and I start paying bills, it's not like I'm blowing my money. So I ain't creating a budget and just, stuff, right? I ain't creating a budget and just going out willy-nilly and shopping and doing all of that. It's just the life stuff that happens in between. And then I find myself not able to consistently stick to that budget. And that's my priority. Like, I want to get to that point where I can master my budget, because I have goals of paying off my debt. Like you said, by the end of next year, I want to be debt free with the exception of my mortgage and my student loans. I know I can't tackle that, but all that other stuff, I want that gone. So I got to be able to stick to this budget. So Andre, give me some tips. Help me, please. I'm going to
intro him on this one, though. I'm going to line you up on this one.
Help me.
I know. Mm-hmm. Those are apps. It's external energy, right? It has to be an internal decision based off something greater than an app that's going to tell you what to do. You have to tell you what to do, right?
Yeah, you do.
I'll let you go.
That's good, brother. I appreciate that.
I learned quick, man.
Yeah, that's. I mean, ultimately, that's.
I've made the decision. We done sat down. I've made the decision.
Let me ask you a question. How many times you eat out a week? 3 to 4, 4 to 5? How many times?
You asked me this the last time you was on the show. I typically, because here's the thing, I don't.
Just tell me the number.
I
get an extra stuff.
She knows she wrong. This means she wrong.
I gotta give you the backdrop.
She about to say she wrong. Disclaimers.
What's the number?
So, okay.
Keep her straight.
To thyself be true.
To thyself be true. You want how many times I eat out a week or a day?
A week.
It's 7 days in a week.
7 days in a week.
Girl.
I would say at least.
Yeah.
Because I don't cook. So, so 14.
14 times.
So 2 meals a day.
Okay, how much you spending? 5 to 10, 15 to 20 each time? How many times?
It varies. It could be.
Let's just say 10.
Yeah, let's just say 10. Okay.
So that's $140 a week you spend.
But I don't buy groceries.
I get it. Okay, but even if you did buy groceries, you probably wouldn't spend $560 a month to feed yourself. Okay, so that's $560 a month that you spend just eating out.
Minimum 10. That's $10.
That's just 10.
Talking about going there.
Okay, no, you probably closer to $650. Right? And you single, so it ain't like you feeding 4 kids,
right?
Groceries. So this is the challenge with the budget: is we do what we want to do, okay? Because nobody can tell you what to do with your money, right? The person in the mirror is the only one that can hold you accountable, right? And so when that girl is not discontent. See, I know you say, I want to do it.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
You ain't there yet.
You are learning, my friend.
You ain't there yet.
I am sick and tired of being sick and tired.
You have 14 days a week, girl. You better throw that pasta on the stove.
Yeah, you ain't there yet. So it just, and again, those who get there know like what it looks like when you there. Okay, when you were like, I am angry with this lifestyle. Until you get to that point, nothing's gonna change.
It's like dating a bad boyfriend, maybe, or something. Until you gotta, it gotta be boom. Because if you're not done with him, he's gonna keep creeping back into your life.
Or you'll find somebody just like you.
Yeah, that's the truth.
If it ain't food, then it's vacation. So you're not spending the money on the food. You're gonna spend the money on
something else.
Something else.
That is so true. And and it's just what it is. I mean, and you think about anything else in your life that you make a decision to do differently, it's not an easy thing. And I talk a lot about self-talk, and I do a lot of work on self-talk, and it's so powerful what we tell ourselves because the universe has no choice but to come in alignment to what you say. So if you tell yourself, this is what I do, I don't do anything other than this, then it has to obey.
It has to, period.
It has to obey. And I'm not saying that's easy, but what I'm saying is it is doable.
It's simple, but not easy.
Right. Yeah. It's profound, and we have to really, truly make a decision. And I can say that in any area in your life, you just got to make that decision. And it's painful. But, man, when you get on the other side of that, you're so happy you did it.
And this is the thing. People, it don't have to be easy. It just need to be worth it. Okay? I mean, we want easy all the time. Like, success ain't easy.
No, it ain't.
It's having kids. I don't have any children, but if you had children, it wouldn't be easy to raise them.
Or get
But
birth.
it'd be worth it. Right. But it's worth it, right?
Hello, it ain't easy.
Yeah,
so you got
Well, after when you get it, you forget all the pain.
Yeah.
And
the blessing is there.
The blessing
That's freedom.
is there. That's freedom.
So this is the thing I would say to you on just tying that down, and I know we got to go to break. Look, this is the deal.
I need help.
When people are, you don't need help. We just need to do what we got to do, right? If you pregnant, this is what I'm gonna say to your budget, okay? All right.
I think
if you pregnant,
okay.
Okay, at some point you got to give birth to something. Okay, you can't be pregnant for 22 months.
Right.
What that means is you're not pregnant.
Right.
You understand what I mean? So when you say, look, I am ready to go to this level to give birth to this new life, you I don't know that you I don't know that you pregnant with that yet.
Okay, and you can tell me.
You got to see